Hello there. All right. Talaash, that's the movie that was highly recommended. I haven't seen it. I haven't even seen the trailer for it. Unlike the other, I think the other ones I put on my list, I had seen, or at least one of them, I'd seen the trailer for it, and I'm like, I'm interested to see it. But yeah, it seems like Aamir Khan won out. It's a movie that I haven't seen, and I'm happy about that. Eventually, I'll get to rewatch movies that I absolutely love. But as of right now, I'm like, you know what? There's so many movies in India, and recent ones too, that, well, I say recent, but I think within the last 10 years, I think it looks like in the last 10 years, Indian cinema has really rapidly changed from the slow film style to the modern day digital style, where it's edited much more fast paced and it just seems to flow more quickly. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a new age child, I guess. That doesn't sound right, but yeah, the fast pace, it does work. And when I get to some of the older stuff, I have to be in the mindset for that. So yeah, Talaash. It's a crime thriller, I believe, and yeah, starring Aamir Khan. So I'm excited. Yeah, I get it. That's so disgusting. Ugh. I know they're doing it for disgust. Does this movie happen to be based off true events? I honestly didn't do much research past the fact that, oh, it's a crime drama. So I think, well, most likely when it is, it'll mention it. Wait, Aamir Khan has his own production company? How did I miss that? I'm pretty sure I've seen that logo many times. I just never read it. Here we go, finally. All right, I gotta say, that opening sequence, the music and everything, I probably skipped it all because, well, music is kind of strict with the rights, but everything in that just seeded a brothel, seeded like the corruption of humanity, was very good at implementing. Like, they showed bars, they showed smoking, they showed drinking, they showed women, not scantily clad, but like the abused and battered women who basically do that for a job. And that's the thing, don't hate the practice, hate the fact that there's an industry for it. So the whole thing, like, I remember getting into this before, where there was that movie, the detective movie, where this woman was selling, or allegedly selling herself, and she was basically, but the practice exists because men, well, and women pay for it. So if you cut the people who, if the people never paid for it, there would be no job like that at all to begin with. But the music, oh my gosh, it establishes like a noir film feel. Just the music, it's very 70s, very 70s style. It feels like that, at least to me, very 70s dirty brothel club type thing, or maybe even 60s style. I don't know. I'm not best on my decades, but it feels noir-ish enough to make me interested, because it is a crime drama, but it's probably going to be a mystery noir where the case is being solved. I enjoy that. I enjoy where we're basically along for the ride, unless we know everything that's going on from the beginning and we're just trying to see him get caught or whatever happens. I'm just speculating here, but honestly, it started out very well. That whole montage, I was disgusted at things I was seeing. The sex shops, the underwear shops, the fact that everything's on display, and even the cuts to like people who live in that environment. They had the old lady walking down a dark alley. I mean, that kind of stuff it hits you because that's reality. There are people who live their life exposed consistently to things like this because they have no way out, and that's a cheaper place to live than living in a higher class community. So it's very dark and gritty, and it already sells to me very well. That music, oh my gosh. Yeah, I know I talk a lot. investigator Aamir Khan. Aamir Khan. Aamir Khan.
क्या हुआ यहाँ पे? एक्सीडेंट है सर, गाड़ी समुद्र में घुस गई है।
I recognize that actor too. Seen a few movies with him. Normally he's the main too.
तुम कहाँ थे?
उधर बैठे थे साहब। सर पिंकी को पहले से मालूम था कुछ होने वाला है, बोली वो हमको। सर अपन ने सुना ही नहीं।
पिंकी कौन?
Oh, good. The dog's okay.
कुछ भी नहीं साहब, रास्ते पे कुछ भी नहीं था, मैंने अपनी आंखों से देखा साहब। इधर आइए।
स्ट्रेचर लेके आने बोल। ये तो अरमान कपूर है। वो ये सर।
Do they know who he is? Or did they just check the ID and make sure that the ID was him? Because just saying it's him was kind of vague to me. I'm like, is he an important... I guess they'll explain it, but that just seemed kind of strange. Yeah, the ID is here. That would make more sense than it's him. Because who is he?
हमारा ड्राइवर रामू, वो
मिस्टर कपूर गाड़ी चला रहे थे, वो अकेले थे, गाड़ी में और कोई नहीं था।
वो गाड़ी क्यों चला रहा था? He is driving.
He wasn't driving. Check the postmortem.
ये रामू और युवराज का नंबर लो, बात करो।
फिल्म स्टार अरमान कपूर की गाड़ी।
I always find it interesting how what they need to see is normally always right on the TV, or it's convenient where they can change the channel on the spot. That's always something I found interesting, because when I've been at an airport or a train station or whatever, I have no clue where the controllers are. I have no clue. They always have something blocking the screen, or it's too high to change the channel. But convenience.
कल रात सीफेज रोड पर हुआ।
Okay, so he is someone important.
मुंबई के अंडरबेली का हिस्सा है।
वो अरमान कपूर ऑफ हो गया।
Oh, okay, an actor.
क्या? अरमान कपूर, वो हीरो, वो मीडिया वाले लोग बड़ी-बड़ी वैन लेके गर्दुल्लों का इंटरव्यू निकाल रहे लेते।
तू सच
The actor has a bad reputation along in the brothel houses, doesn't he? I mean, because they did show that one lady who was putting makeup over her battered face. I wonder if he's one of those types and literally someone just had enough of it and either one of the pimps or one of the loved ones and took him out. Because, yeah, I'm speculating here, but heck, it's always fun to get immersed in what is going on. Play the detective.
जी मैं मिला था उससे कल रात।
Oh.
मैं तेरे को प्राइवेट में जो बोलूं, सबके सामने बकने का नहीं।
All right. He's the one that needs to get taken out. Or both of them. I don't know. I just don't like him.
सॉरी बोला ना मैं तेरे को।
Even if you apologize, raising a hand is still raising a hand. Punch a wall if you need to.
देखिए इस वक्त हमारे पास बस
Fargo! Good movie, Fargo. The story of Fargo was basically someone... What was it? Not the show. Okay, they have Fargo. They have the Door Hunter. Oh, Lola! Lola's an amazing movie. Absolutely amazing movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. You know, I'll probably need to watch that again just because it's literally the same story is told 3 times, but in 3 different ways. So it's like alternative realities. It's wait, no, it's not. Is that Run Lola? No, that's not Run Lola Run, is it? Yeah, but whatever. I was thinking of Run Lola Run. Yeah. But Fargo is basically someone who kills his wife for the insurance money and is a complete moron in how to deal with it. And the sheriff basically knows it's him, but has to get the proof that it's him. And he hires, outside, like, actual murderers to try and take care of it. It just spirals out of control. It's comedy. It's funny because the Coen brothers are very... They always like to say based on a true story at the beginning of a movie, even though it's completely fiction. So that's what taught me to not really believe any of that, because they always do it. Like what was it, American Hustle that they made? It also says based on a true story. And if anything, they just take what happens in certain things and then they all create a fictional story out of it. Yeah, so it's not based on a true story whatsoever, but things like that do happen. So you could easily say based on a true story about everything. But yeah, sorry. It was supposed to be a touching moment. Nice.
उस समय उसका ड्राइवर और बॉय भी उसके साथ में ही थे। पर एक चीज थोड़ी अलग हुई थी सर उस दिन। अरमान ने उन दोनों को स्टूडियो से ही घर भेज दिया था। और ये बात उनको भी अजीब लगी थी, क्योंकि अरमान को खुद गाड़ी चलाना पसंद नहीं था।
वो फिल्म सिटी से कितने बजे निकला?
2:20 पे। पर ये सीफेस रोड जहाँ पे उसका एक्सीडेंट हुआ है, ये जगह उसके घर के रास्ते में नहीं आती है।
यहाँ प्रेस से कौन-कौन बात करता है?
That's insane. I always, the press ruins everything. Freaking animals always, well, it's not only that, the fact that they're leaking information to the press. You try to hide stuff, because one of the things is you only leak enough information to either leak some information to make the person you believe is the suspect to act out and do something rash, or you don't say anything to make them feel like they get away with it, as you basically built this huge amount of evidence to target them, and then you bring them in for questioning with this huge amount of, and then they try to run, and then it becomes easier to get them because it's like, yeah, that's definitely the guy. He's running. Rats.
अरे मीडिया में जर्नलिस्ट को कौन अच्छी तरह जानता है? अगर कोई खबर उड़ानी हो, छोड़नी हो तो कौन करवा सकता है?
सर
They're ratting themselves out. If you need to leak a story, who can help me out?
देवव्रत तीनों के मोबाइल जब्त कर लो।
दिया फोन दिया। लोकल
That was smart. Just like, I need to leak a story. Who can help me out with that? Who has contacts with the news? Oh.
मैंने कहा मीडिया से बात मत करना, मुझसे कर सकते हो। चला, काम वाला लगा।
साहब मेरे को लगता है ये केस कभी सॉल्व नहीं होएगा। ये केस ये फाइनल है साहब।
Yeah. Also, one of the things is the more when you leak certain information, like a piece of clothing. I know that happens every now and then. Oh, if anyone has this kind of piece of clothing, please report it to the officials. That way we can, because they're grasping at straws and sometimes getting the community to help out, the people to help out. I remember when the FBI's Most Wanted was more of a thing. It's still a thing, but it used to be like when they had commercials and things like that, it would always pop up every now and then. It was just like, keep an eye out for these 10 most wanted, and it'd give like a description and everything. What was it? The guy who's what was it? It had Jack Nicholson in it. Black Mass was based off of him. I forget. Whitey, the criminal Whitey was on the run for what, 40 something years. He was a criminal who had done all this stuff, who had basically sided with both the FBI leaking information and was doing criminal organization by drug trafficking and things like that, but leaked enough information to keep himself basically safe. And after this huge case was built up against him, he was almost completely immune due to all that stuff. And it's insane. That's why, like, it shows the dark side of officials who work with criminals to get information, because those criminals are just as bad. They're sometimes even worse, but they give you just enough information to, I'm going off topic. I just find criminal drama and that kind of stuff always fascinating, and what is considered law abiding and what they allow to get by just because they get a modicum of information that makes them feel like they're doing their job.
मेरा मतलब है साहब, पिछले 3-4 साल से उसी रोड पे ऐसे कई एक्सीडेंट्स हुए हैं। सब अनहोनी घटनाएं थी साहब। सब ए फाइनल में चले गए। कुछ समझ में नहीं आया।
Oh, Cray, that's actually pretty interesting. There's a serial killer on the loose. I'm actually more interested. This is actually, yeah,
कुछ सबूत भी नहीं
interested.
और
तू किधर जा रही है निर्मला? कस्टमर छोकरी मांगता है, आंटी नहीं। है? आओ तुम लोग।
सुनने का नहीं उसका। अच्छी लग रही है तू।
The dark side of that kind of line of work, you just like with what is it, the girls who get a lot of income via the streaming services. You might make a lot, but if you never learned how to save and stuff like that, and you just blow it all. The issue is, where are you going to get your income once you've passed your prime? Yeah, it's it's not something that's going to last forever, and a lot of people put all their eggs in one basket. Yeah, I guess that, yeah. But I find that it's kind of a sad thing that how can they make, like, once your name is synonymous with one thing, it becomes harder to get employment after the fact, especially when it's something most people view, like as was said, it's what most people view and disgust, but what most people do behind closed doors. Not that everyone does it, but it's something that, yeah, I'm just gonna shut up.
क्या बात है शशि? इतना पसीना क्यों छूट रहा है तेरा?
Oh, there was the CD. Is he robbing that worker? Is that what he... Even worse, he's not only taking advantage, he's stealing from her.
ये लो नया सिम कार्ड शशि भाई। नंबर बदल रहे हो क्या शशि भाई?
वो साला वकील है क्या तू? हर टाइम सवाल पूछता रहता है?
For lawyers, it's not about asking a lot of questions, it's about asking the right questions.
अबे फुट यहाँ से!
मेरे को भी साथ ले जाना।
किसी को कुछ भी नहीं बताने का।
He was clearly visible through the window.
कुछ अंदर की चटपटी खबर तो बताओ।
कुछ नहीं, एक्सीडेंट।
Ugh.
बस।
So sad.
It's his job. You gotta stop prying. Quit. He can get fired for leaking valued information. It could, especially since he's in a higher position and he told the rest of his people not to speak to anything. And they're literally grinding him. And honestly, they're gonna use like, I'm your family. You can trust me. No, family is not someone you can trust. You can love them, but you can't trust them. What is it? Loose lips sink ships.
Idea. इतनी कम उम्र थी ना उसकी, है ना? उसे मरना नहीं चाहिए था।
कम उम्र में रोज हजारों लोग मरते हैं। सॉरी।
यार क्या बात कर रहे हो यार? इसमें हमें सॉरी कहने की कोई जरूरत नहीं।
मैंने एक साइकियाट्रिस्ट से बात की, अंजलि पंजाबी।
हाँ, she's quite good.
हाँ, मुझे भी लगता है रोशनी के लिए
Lightsaber. Vroom, 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 vroom.
पीछे लो। ऐसा लगता है वो किसी को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा था, लेकिन रोड पे कुछ नहीं था और उसने शराब भी नहीं पी थी।
यस सर। और वो डूब के मरा।
सर, मुझे तो ये केस ही फाइनल लगता है। कुछ समझ नहीं आ रहा।
It's interesting. They had just enough witnesses to report the actual incident that there was no one on the road. Nothing could have obscured, so it makes it seem like a suicide. I'm pretty sure those people were paid off. Every single one of them. There's the reason why there's so few and there's no one on the road.
जी, हेलो, फ्रेनी मिस्ट्री। अब मैं कॉलोनी में रहती हूँ। तुम लोग को वेलकम करने के लिए आई हूँ। कुछ भी चीज की जरूरत हो तो मुझे आवाज दे देना। मेरे पास सबके टेलीफोन नंबर्स हैं। कार्पेंटर।
Do people really just let themselves in without invitation? Yes, you brought her a cheesecake, but that doesn't say, come on in. Close the door behind you. Make yourself feel welcome. It's just Snoopy. Of course, she's probably the neighborhood gossip and then is going to go to talk to all the neighbors sharing all the information.
The electrician, plumber, कन्या, जरी पुराना वाला। चाय मिलेगा?
ओह हाँ, आप बैठिए ना।
Ah, snooping. Ugh. If someone tries to let themselves into your house, kick them out. Kick them out. There's no purpose for them to be walking in like that. Snoopy gossips, just ugh. I guess they tried to have kids and they passed away. What's wrong with you? Seriously, what's wrong with you?
Yes, dear. 2 चम्मच.
She looks like she's planning to kidnap a child. That stare, that weird ugh.
Hello, Karan.
Whoa. What?
क्या कोई बात थी जो उन्हें परेशान कर रही थी?
अरमान did not kill himself, Inspector. वो अपनी जान क्यों लेंगे? क्योंकि आप लोगों के पास किसी भी चीज का कोई जवाब नहीं है, इसलिए?
No, but telling an inspector exactly what's going on helps them find if he was distressed about something. It doesn't mean depression. It could mean something's bothering him. Someone's targeting him. Maybe he's hearing things about his secret life. Someone's using information against him. There are plenty of things that it could... Just because he's saying that doesn't mean he's accusing him of taking his own life. Answer them honestly. Don't be defensive. The less information you give to an inspector, the harder it's going to be for them to solve the case.
आज सुबह मेरे अकाउंटेंट ने मुझे बताया कि उस दिन उसने अरमान को 20 लाख रुपए कैश दिए थे।
रुपये मैंने उन्हें लगभग 7:30 बजे दिए थे।
500 के नोट थे या कैसे थे?
1000 के नोट थे। प्यूमा का बैग था ग्रीन कलर का।
और गाड़ी में तो ऐसा कोई बैग नहीं मिला?
उनका जिप बैग था सर, म्यूजिक सिस्टम, टिफिन और एक बैग था जो अकाउंटेंट ने दिया था।
लाल रंग का?
नहीं सर, हरे रंग का।
I remember that. I remember that. So somebody knew he had the money. They killed him and took it.
देखा तूने?
नहीं सर, जब तक वो नहीं बोलते मैं उनका बैग नहीं खोलता।
Why do you have it?
पक्का?
करीबन 1 साल पहले अरमान जी के कहने पर मैंने खुद 10 लाख रुपए होटल लीडो पे पहुंचाया है। वो भी तो उसी एरिया में है जहां ये हादसा हुआ।
हाँ, उसने तो काम छोड़ दिया और उसके बाद उसकी हमें कोई खबर नहीं।
एक्सटॉर्शन केस है
सर, ब्लैकमेल ज्यादा मुमकिन है और आज उसकी पत्नी ने एफआईआर दर्ज किया है।
बस यही होना बाकी रह गया था। सारी की सारी फोर्स लगा दूं इस हीरो के केस में।
बहुत प्रॉब्लम चल रहा है।
क्या हुआ उस रात अरमान के साथ?
मुझे कुछ नहीं पता, मैं तो उधर था ही नहीं।
झूठ मत बोल, पुलिस को उस 20 लाख के बारे में पता है।
So there's something even darker going on. Okay, this is really a slow burn. They're just feeding us enough information to get what's going on. What was her
बच्चों को
deal?
ऐसे फिल्मी गानों पर क्यों नचाते हैं? और कुछ नहीं कर सकते क्या?
रोशनी,
पागल कौन है?
रोशनी। हेलो डियर।
हेलो, ये मेरे हस्बैंड सूरी है।
हेलो।
So he could tell immediately what kind of person she was. That's a good inspector right there. That's someone who is literally good at his job. He can immediately feel the person out. Of course, that weird, uncomfortable stare she was giving, just, yeah.
ये फ्रेंडी है, हमारी पड़ोसन।
तुम कैसे हो सुरजन?
ठीक हो? क्यों?
तुम्हारे लिए एक मैसेज है मेरे पास।
मैसेज किसका?
तुम्हारे बेटे करण का।
Shut up! Just shut up! हमें कुछ नहीं सुनना है। प्लीज आप हमसे दूर रहिए, समझ गई आप? दूर रहिए हमसे।
फिक्र नहीं करे। डैडा से कहना कि मैं उनसे बात करना चाहता हूँ।
She's playing off of their emotion. Ugh. Ugh, that's just... She was snooping around. She barged in. She's trying to find information. Yeah, that's just so... Ugh. And of course, the mother who's helpless to want to reach out to her long-lost son feels lost and defeated because her prime... She wants to be a mother. No longer has the opportunity. Of course, she's going to fall victim to it. Of course.
वाकई में करण से बात हुई है तो?
करण मर चुका है रोशनी।
Yeah, if that was really the case, imagine how many mysteries would actually be solved. We would find out all the great secrets of the world. Speak to a spirit that could tell us how Stonehenge was built, or tell us exactly how they built the pyramids. All these little things that they could tell us. Yeah, it sadly doesn't happen like that. I mean, people do believe in things like this. I mean, that it gives comfort. That's what it does. It gives comfort, but for the most part, it's people literally trying to swindle people out of, you know, things. Like, I would love to know how a lot of things came to be. Yeah, find out who the Mona Lisa originally was. He's got a lightsaber.
मामा हम लोग घूम के आए?
You said a walk. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Ugh. That's the fact that they were just being calm, because that's more scarring. More scarring. The fact that they were doing absolutely nothing and then that incident happened. That is scarring for a parent. Right there. Because then they start feeling guilty that they should have been up. They should have been with their son. They should have been doing this. They should have been doing that. But that's just... Oh. Oof.
लगता है तुम्हें प्यार की जरूरत है। मैं तुम्हारे सारे दुख दर्द दूर कर सकती हूँ। गिरफ्तार कर लो।
उससे क्या फायदा होगा? तुम पहले से ही नर्क में हो।
नर्क में हूँ, पर स्वर्ग का रास्ता जानती हूँ। यहाँ से सीधा अंदर, होटल लीडो।
So he finds out by this that that's a love hotel. That's why he pays his fees. He must go there all the time. But that's the thing, he has a driver. And he doesn't like to drive. So somebody knows that he had been dropped off there multiple times, or did someone get dropped off at his place?
होटल लीडो जो यहाँ नजदीक है, मुर्गन को जानती हो?
सब जानते हैं कि वो मेलूर में मर रहा है। एड्स हमारे धंधे के लिए ठीक नहीं है साहब।
Ugh. Yeah. So apparently he used the clientele quite often. Clientele? No, the merchandise. Oh, it just sounds so wrong. It sounds so wrong. But yeah, it's the merchandise, and he apparently used it a little too much. Ugh.
Thank you.
बस?
बस। काम होगा तो ढूंढ लूंगा। जाओ। तुम्हारा नाम क्या है?
रोजी।
Good night, Rosie.
I don't think he wants to plant his flag where most people have already planted their flag. The same reason why I'll never climb Mount Everest. I don't want to be one of the thousands of flags up there. It's been done already. I don't need to do it and risk my life. Or at least kind of risk it.
आनंद मुरुगन? हाँ सर, देवव्रत। आपने ठीक कहा था सर, ये मुर्गन को एड्स है।
ये शशि कौन है?
दलाल है सर, होटल लीडो में बिजनेस लाता।
ये मुर्गन झूठ तो नहीं बोल रहा?
नहीं सर, मर रहा है बेचारा, अब क्या झूठ बोलेगा।
कब लौट रहा है?
पता नहीं।
Wow, they've actually narrowed it down pretty quickly. I mean, we still don't know exactly how he died or what happened, but the fact that they've already cornered the guy that has the cash is a great work.
शशि मुसीबत में।
साहब मेरे को सच्ची नहीं पता है साहब।
उसने कभी अरमान कपूर के बारे में कुछ कहा?
He can tell. He can tell. He can tell.
दो रास्ते हैं तुम्हारे पास। एक हमें यहाँ से सांगली शशि के घर ले जाएगा, और दूसरा तुम्हें यहाँ से पुलिस स्टेशन।
ऐसे कैसे गिरफ्तार कर लेगा तू? हाँ?
Obstruction is an offense to be arrested for. You can be removed from your location for obstructing an officer. So yes, you can be taken in. And, well, at least in the States, I think you could be held for 48 hours. 48 hours.
देवव्रत वाकई अच्छी कॉमेडी कर लेती है।
क्रिस्टीना, ऊपर जाके मेरी डायरी लेके आ।
She has a crush.
छोटा था तब से पानी में रहना बहुत अच्छा लगता था उसे, कि उसका पानी में ही डूबकर मरना जरूरी था।
जिन लोगों के बिना हम जी नहीं सकते वही हमसे छीन लिए जाते हैं, पर जीना तो होगा।
Oh, that's a poor therapist. Just telling someone to move on isn't going to get them to move on. It's primarily just about hearing them out and knowing that there's someone there for them. Because her husband's getting lost and distracting himself with his work. Sad thing is, she's a mother. Her sole purpose was to be a mother. She doesn't have a distractive outlet. And the therapist is just telling her to move on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, not the best. Not the best. I can relate to being not the best.
Be patient, रोशनी। और फिर तुम्हारा पति भी तो है तुम्हारा साथ देने के लिए।
No, she doesn't.
करण के साथ साथ सच तो ये है कि मुझसे ज्यादा सूरी को आपकी मदद की जरूरत है। क्या सोचता है, क्या महसूस करता है?
I like how she's can notice, because the fact that he's so closed off, so distant, it shows that he's hurt. Yet she just can't reach out to him. Ah, what a loving wife. Yeah, he's just so cut off in his own little world. Men are so one-tracked. Like if it relies on emotion, just shut ourselves down. It's so much easier to shut ourselves down and be closed off than to actually open up, because opening up is just heartbreak and devastation, which honestly is what statistically men live longer, women live longer. I don't know. I don't remember what the statistic is, but yeah, that would explain why men would die younger when they keep all that pent up frustration and anger and everything in. Ugh. That's a good song. Yeah, you didn't probably hear a second of it, but yeah, that's a good song. I actually had it in my playlist. I didn't know where it originated from, but I've heard it many times. The whole thing is just sad. The fact that it's a lost love. They can't seem to find each other again because, that's the thing. Once a kid is born, if you're a happy family, that child becomes the heart and soul of the family. Or like the child's the soul, and your wife is the heart. The soul is gone, so the heart literally falls apart once the soul and spirit are gone. So it's very, very tragic. And this song is so. I like this one. I like the song. Sadly, you all couldn't hear it, but I liked it.
तैमूर, मैं साहब, तुम्हारे नाम तैमूर है ना?
Please don't speak to him in public. Like, if you want to get information from someone who's involved in that, speak to them in private. Wear your common clothes. Don't wear your officer getup, because if anyone sees him talking to you and you make an arrest or something, he'll be seen as a rat forever. They're called CIs for a reason. Confidential informants. You try to create as many as possible. The fact that he's just blatantly talking to him in his officer's getup is just a red flag.
भीख मांगता हूँ साहब, बहुत ही गरीब आदमी हूँ, खाने को भी पैसा नहीं।
But he has a cell phone. Yeah, funny. If you're a beggar here in the U.S., you're governmentally obligated to be given a cell phone for free. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and you're given a tent for free, and food for free, and basically an income for kind of free. If you're a beggar in the U.S. Sounds counterintuitive, huh? It's about helping the underprivileged. All right, that looks a little more right. The fact that he's being detained. It shows that he's on the criminal side. If anyone saw him detained. Here I was complaining, and then they just take him in.
मेरे को बिल्कुल भी पता नहीं सिर्फ कहाँ है किधर है मैं कसम खा गया था मुझे बिल्कुल पता नहीं
ठीक है जा
सच में
That is the sheer fright in his eyes. I gotta say, the acting in this film is actually pretty well. The fact that they're making it so people are obviously telling lies, but trying to keep it secret. The seriousness that everyone can portray. It just seems to all be landing pretty well.
देख पांडे, तू मेरे बारे में तो जानता ही है ना। ना तो मैं शशि को बचाने की कोशिश कर रहा और ना।
बहुत बड़ा गेम खेल रहा है साला। 20 लाख लिया उस हीरो अरमान कपूर से शशि ने। बच के जाएगा कहाँ?
So I'm gonna stop it right there. Mainly because I would have liked to have done it all in one go, but I kind of got, by a dog. So I'm going to give myself an extra week to finish up the rest of it. But what I will say is I was not expecting the end for what the end was. But yeah, this is actually a very nice noir type film. The very subtle nudges to classic noir. Yeah, so that's all I'm going to say. I hope you enjoyed watching. Please become a member, like, share, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. All that stuff. I'll get back to it. I think I've been sporadic throughout this week too, or last week since this came out. Yeah, whatever. I think I missed a day or two, mainly because of this. So, yeah, next week, after this, I should be back to my regular schedule where I'm doing something every single day because I like to do something every single day, and it keeps me busy, keeps me active, and I enjoy interacting with all of you. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.